The next culprit is deeper. Your host.json may be misconfigured, choking performance at scale. Your function app isn't broken, it's just slow. Messages are piling up, queues are stretching, and your throughput is half of what it should be. And the culprit? A tiny file most developers never open, host.json. In production, you will see one of two extremes. Either your backlog doesn't drain fast enough, or your downstream system starts screaming under pressure. What is the likely reason? The configuration settings in host.json. So this is a service bus triggered Azure function. There's nothing wrong with it, but the processing is slow and it's processing at half the pace than the expectation. These defaults look safe and they are for development, but in production, a single max concurrent calls of 1 means your service bus trigger can only process one message at a time. The Cosmos DB trigger might pull too many items at once and hit RU thresholds. So what is the fix? So this is the fix. We have specified max concurrent calls as 16. So that means the service bus triggered function can process 16 messages at any point in time instead of one. There's a lock duration specified of maybe 5 minutes, and the prefetch count is specified as 32. So before the service bus triggered Azure function starts processing, there's already 32 messages that are being prefetched and ready for the Azure function to process these messages. And at a time, each Azure function instance can be expanded or scaled to 16 instances so that 16 messages from the service bus can be processed at once. And the Cosmos DB lease is configured. The lease prefix is mentioned as order processor. The maximum items per invocation is 10. The function timeout is specified as 10 minutes for the entire function. So this slows down the load on the downstream, which is the Cosmos DB. Earlier it was 100 max items per invocation, now it is 10. So this slows down the load on the Cosmos DB and makes or scales the service bus to process 16 messages at once instead of processing one message, which it was doing earlier. So now this is a balanced setup. Service bus can prefetch up to 32 messages and process 16 in parallel. Cosmos DB scales gently, pulling 10 documents per invocation with a 2-second delay to avoid throttling. Now, both triggers are tuned for their natural rhythm. Service bus runs fast and parallel, while Cosmos pulls just enough to stay within the RUs.